Hey everybody, welcome back to Jess Plays stuff. Today we're going to be playing a game called 9 p.m. It's a game jam game, and it was created for within a time frame. I think this one was made in a week. Basically, this is a game about working at a place that's full of zombies, according to the description. So I guess we'll go ahead and see kind of what we're doing in this one. Ooh, choose your fighter. Okay, so this is Janitor Gary, would love to just watch bingo every day, not paid enough. Still uses Walkman and thinks they're groovy. Okay. Alright, do we have to choose him? Alright. Okay. It's 9 p.m. on a Friday, and you are pissed. You could have been at home watching bingo for about 30 minutes already, but you had to clean up after Steve, your good-for-nothing coworker. Where the hell is he anyway? He probably just made a mess and left like he always does. God damn it, Steve. As you walk back to your office, the lab is empty and quiet, but not unusually so. You pull out your ancient Walkman and are about to turn it on as you hear a low growling sound. A stray or something that found its way into the building? Maybe you should go look. Or maybe it was nothing. You don't hear anything right now. And honestly, you really, really want to be done for today. Let's investigate. You carefully step out into the main hallway, trying to make as little sound as possible. At the end of it, near the bathrooms, you see a tall, lanky kind of figure. Wait a second. Is that? Christ, it is Steve, that damn idiot. What the hell is he doing here? Steve doesn't seem to appreciate your tone of voice that much. He starts groaning and whining and drooling all over the floor? Okay, something isn't right with Steve. You start to wonder if he smoked weed in the bathroom again. Last time he did that, he threw up and you had to take him to the ER. You even had to pay the damn bill for him because he said he was broke. Come to think of it, did Steve ever pay you back for that? He said he would, but suddenly he turns around and growls right at you, interrupting your train of thought. He's... Oh god damn it, Steve has turned into a zombie! I'm gonna demand my money back. Steve seems a little confused. My money, you tell him again. Come on, you remember the ER visit. You said you'd pay me back. No reaction. Maybe this is excusable. You don't really know how good zombie memories work. Steve growls a little, but you're not sure if he's embarrassed to owe you money or angry about it. You look into his big, empty eyes. Listen, buddy, you know how expensive that was. You try again. Doesn't seem like Steve particularly cares. He seems to be more interested in... Oh no, he's not trying to eat you, is he? Thinking about it now is a little weird, but you've dreamed of giving him a slap with a mop for a while. Although you pictured him alive and not trying to get a bite out of you. Where's Steve? Maybe you shouldn't have yelled at him when he knocked over your toolkit yesterday. No, actually that was warranted. He was being an idiot and you told him to watch out several times. Hey Steve, you think I was too hard on you yesterday? You ask. Steve stares at you open-mouthed. No hard feelings, it seems. You give him a friendly nod. He tries to bite you again, but he can't do anything with the mop keeping him at bay. Good, now what? Ninja kickflip. A ninja kickflip? What are you, a street fighter from a 90s video game? No, you're not. And this was a really bad idea. You fall down and break your neck. Zombie Steve stares at you blankly, probably surprised at how stupid this was. He doesn't even try to eat you. Pretty embarrassing way to go out, you think, as your vision turns black. Aw, we died. Oh, do I not get a choice? Okay. Unpaid intern, Katya. Is actually here for work experience, but has only served coffee so far. Nervous wreck. Sometimes cries in the bathroom on breaks. 9 p.m. on a Friday, you've just awoken from your accidental nap in the break room. How embarrassing. Why did no one wake you up? In fact, where is everyone? And wait a second, it's 9 p.m. already? They didn't leave you here, did they? Oh my god, they totally did. And the door to the break room is locked. There's no answer, only growling? An animal, maybe? Some kind of dog? Why would they let dogs into the labs? Suddenly, something rams the door from the other side. You jump back in shock and see a man bursting through, foaming at the mouth. Wait, you know that guy! Isn't it Steve, the janitor? He's not at all good at his job, but he always greets you with a smile, and you've grown to appreciate him. Now he looks straight out of a zombie film. You squeak as Steve comes closer and closer, his hands outstretched and reaching for you like in a horror movie. Stop it! You shout, but he doesn't seem to understand you. He's probably trying to prank you, scold him, eat you, throw a chair at him and run. Communicate with you. Steve has never been that eloquent. I like using these funny ones. Maybe if you try to speak a little slower, you tell him, trying to be helpful. Steve? Steve opens his mouth, baring his teeth, and you manage to jump back at the last second, before he can sink them into your flesh. Geez, that's really no way to treat someone trying to help. Wait a second. Is Steve a zombie? I'm too young to die, you scream as you grab the nearest chair, and I don't want my parents to have to pay my stupid student loans. You throw the chair at Steve as hard as you can and storm out of the break room. Running, it turns out, isn't all that easy with high heels on. But you can't stop, not until you've outrun Steve. Maybe you should have closed the door to the break room. You turn a corner and almost run into a wall. This is the end of the hallway. You cast a nervous glance back, but it doesn't seem like Steve is following you anymore. Still, you can't just turn and go back, can you? Ugh, what a mess. Should have never started working here. This whole lab is bad news. Alright, enough self-pitying. There's 2 doors you could go through to get out of here. You put your ear against each door and listen. One has pittering sounds coming from behind it, and the other one is just dead quiet. Both seem kinda suspicious, honestly. Pittering sounds without any sounds. New with pittering. It's risky, but as soon as you enter, you sigh with a big relief. The pittering was coming from a fat little raccoon! Munching on something it found under one of the lab tables. Yes! Hey, don't eat that, you say. Who knows what it could do to you? The raccoon stares at you. Its eyes seem weirdly intelligent, like it understood perfectly what you just said. Then it squeaks and runs away, disappearing down the hallway. Strange little critter. This is driving me nuts, by the way. This weird punctuation choice. Suddenly, you hear a long, low growling sound. Wait a minute, you know that voice. Is that... It is her. Supervisor Jenna. Supervisor Jenna, who never thanks you for bringing her coffee. Supervisor Jenna, who made you mop the floor on your first day instead of showing you around the lab. Supervisor Jenna, who made you cry and then told her coworkers at lunch within your earshot. Supervisor Jenna, zombified. Looks like karma has finally caught up to her. You know you have to escape her, but the temptation is strong, now that she can't fire you. Should you tell her a few choice words? Hell yeah. You clench your fists. This is your moment. So, how's it feel to rot from the outside as well, Jenna? You say. Maybe you can finally start matching your inside now. Jenna growls at you, clearly scandalized. What? What is it? You want to eat my brain? You've been going strong without one all this time, haven't you? Zombie Jenna lifts her arm and points at you, slowly, threateningly turning her thumb downwards, like a Roman emperor. You can't fire me, you scream. I quit! You don't actually quit because you need the internship on your resume. You always just wanted to say this to her. Alright, that's enough. You have to stay strong and alive. Even though you have a whole lot to say to Supervisor Jenna, you turn around and book it out at the next door. You can hear her footsteps behind you as she starts chasing you. Are zombies supposed to be this fast? Whatever, no time to think. You round the corner and immediately notice the open door to the second floor bathrooms. Hey, maybe you can hide in here. If you close the door, Supervisor Jenna will just run past and you could safely search for another way out. You're proud of your idea. You quickly slip through the door and lock it behind you before Jenna can catch up to you. Ooh, you're really lucky you noticed this door. Come to think of it, why was it even open in the first place? Hey, wait a second, isn't that Steve by the stalls? And next to him, a corpse with what looks like a broken neck? You frantically try to open the door, but it jams and won't move an inch. Aw man, this sucks, you say to Steve. Sadly, he isn't very empathetic. You died. Katya ending 4 of 4. Alright, cool. Let's try for some other badges. Okay, so this time we're just gonna go to our office. Your shift is over. Even if it was your imagination, it's not your problem anymore. You're tired. You don't get paid for overtime. As you put your supplies away, you hear the growling again. Louder this time. Very loud, actually. Could be a raccoon that found its way into the lab somehow, but by the sounds of it, it would have to be a really big and aggressive raccoon. One with a weirdly deep voice. Okay, probably not a raccoon at all. Just leave. No reason to fight with the whatever not raccoon thing that is. You're just gonna go ahead home and watch bingo. Close the supply closet and head down the hallway towards the elevator. As you press the button to go down, though, nothing happens. They don't light up, and there's no number indicating on which floor it is. Not even the quiet rumbling of the elevator signaling its moving can be heard. Weird. What's even weirder is the small noise coming from inside the thing. It sounds like scratching? You're not easily frightened, but even you have to admit there's been a lot of, let's say, unusual noises in the lab today. You stare at the closed doors of the elevator, unsure. Scratching quiets down a little. Suddenly, the button you pressed lights up and you hear the elevator moving down toward your floor. I'm gonna take the stairs. Stairs it is! It's probably safer this way. Who knows what was going on with that elevator? As you descend the stairs, you can hear noises coming from below. Far too much noise for a lab that's supposedly closed at this hour. You, and maybe Steve, God knows where he went, should be the only ones in the building right now. What exactly is happening down there? It's people, you realize as you get closer to the bottom floor. Lots of them. You can hear them dragging their feet across the linoleum floors and making strange grunting noises. Alright, that sure is unsettling. Was there something weird in the coffee today, or... But as you arrive downstairs, you're not so sure about your coffee theory anymore. The people down here seem way too off. Grunting and growling, running into each other and drooling absent-mindedly. It's almost like they're zombies. Ah, shit. This is really not how you thought your evening was gonna go. Does this mean the world is ending? Can a man just watch bingo in peace? I'm gonna sit down and think about my life. This calls for an evaluation of your life. You sit down and think about where you went wrong. Maybe this is karma for yelling at Steve yesterday, although you're still convinced that was justified. Maybe you shouldn't have accepted this job in the first place. Everyone knows shady sci-fi stuff happens in labs like this one. Maybe you should have moved out of town as soon as you turned 18, just like you used to say to your parents. Alright, you have to get out of here somehow. But if you want to sneak past those undead bastards, you're gonna need a little preparation. There's now growling coming from the upper floor as well, so turning back probably isn't an option anymore. Christ, you still can't believe what you've gotten yourself into. You look around, there's an emergency box right next to you, with a fire axe in it. That's at least good to have in case of a fight. Breaking the glass could alert the zombies though, and you're not exactly a fighter. You also have a spare pair of fuzzy socks with you. Not all that exciting, but maybe putting them on could help you sneak around. Putting on the fuzzy socks. You cringe a little at your fuzzy socks, but survival is more important than dignity. It isn't, but at least the zombies won't tell anyone. Thankfully, with 2 pairs of socks on and no shoes, you seem to be really quiet, as you be quiet enough as to not alert them. You hold your breath as you sneak past zombie after zombie, waiting for them to notice you every time, but they never do. You hate to admit it, but the fuzzy socks are keeping you safe. You arrive at the front door without so much as a single scratch. Joy overcomes you. You're safe! And you get to watch so much bingo tonight. So long, assholes! You shout. The zombie horde turns to you, but before they can do anything, you step outside and close the door behind you, locking it with the janitor key. Bingo time. Yeah! Hell yeah, Gary! Alright, Katya, let's see if we can have something better here. Down. You are way too weak to kick it down. Also, wouldn't this be a destruction of private property? You don't have to be brave enough. You don't have enough money to replace it if it gets broken beyond repair. And you still have a ton of student loans to pay. Nah, there's gotta be another way. I'm out the window coming soon. You crouch down with your hairpin and start picking the lock. Can't be that hard, can it? On TV, it seems to be over pretty quickly. As you are still moving the hairpin around, you hear something on the other side of the door. Has help arrived already? Hello? You call out cautiously. There's no answer, only growling? Oh, it's Steve. This time we're gonna go in the door without any sound. The deadly quiet side seems like the better option at first. Now you realize just why it was that quiet. A group of men in suits are sitting on the floor and viciously feeding on the body of another unpaid intern. They stop when they notice you, hungry eyes now glaring in your direction. You gulp. Coffee, gentlemen? There's a joke in here somewhere, you think as they start tearing you apart. Something about subordinates and the modern work environment. You want to tell them, but you're not sure they'd appreciate it. Bummer. Poor Katya. I don't know if Katya can survive, to be honest. Maybe she's just fated to die, who knows. Alright, let's see what we're doing this time. With good old Gary. Okay, this time let's try to ignore it. They say ignorance is bliss. Well, whoever they are dead wrong. Just as you put your headphones to your Walkman, you're attacked from behind by something that kinda looks like your coworker Steve? Before you can ask him what the hell he thinks he's doing, he screams like a maniac and digs his teeth into your throat. What the hell, Steve? So much for watching bingo. Womp womp. Okay, let's go back to Katya here. Okay, this time we're gonna scold him. Oh, ha ha, very funny, you say. What made you do this? The other interns? Tell them it's a stupid prank. Arrgh, Steve says. Now you're getting a little annoyed. I get it, you're a zombie. You want brains. You can stop now. And your disguise isn't even that convincing. You step forward to wipe off his face paint, but he bites your hand off before you can touch his face. Well, either he's really committed to his part, or you've just made a grave mistake. Yeah, I don't know if Katya can survive. I like the clown makeup. Okay, so this time we're gonna take the elevator. The elevator doors open up, and as you step in, you see someone's already inside. They look strange and kind of spaced out. Hurt yourself there, huh? You say with a glance at their bloodied hands. They don't answer. You shrug and press the button for the ground floor. They step closer, breathing heavily. Hey, would you mind? You say, slightly annoyed. Some people, you think. Your annoyance increases as they get even closer to you and start growling like a rabid animal. Now, that's pretty shit manners on their part. You've had enough. Alright, listen here, buddy. They grab you and bite you in the face. You don't finish your sentence. Womp womp. I was thinking maybe it was the raccoon. You know? Alright, so this time... Okay, let's try to run from Jenna this time. Okay. Gotcha. So that's not a new one. Alright, so something's going on here. You take your trusted mop out of the supplies closet and listen closely until you hear the growling again. Seems to be coming from the janitor bathroom. Steve, did he lock himself in there to smoke weed or something? You hope not. Last time he did that, he threw up all over the floor. That better not be you, Steve, you walnut! You shout in the direction of the bathroom. No answer. You stomp to the door and open it. Inside is not Steve. It's Kelly, another janitor whose shift ended at 2 p.m. Weird. What's she still doing here? On closer inspection, you suddenly realize Kelly is foaming at the mouth and moving strangely. You stomp to the door and open it. Oh, right. Close the door. Try and talk to her. Kelly only makes gurgling sounds and doesn't really seem to understand you. Is she sick, or a zombie? The thought seems a little ridiculous, but you have watched zombie films before, when there was no bingo to watch. Honestly, the longer you look at her, the more she reminds you of them. Mindless, drooling zombies. But how can you be sure? Kelly answers your polite question by chomping your arm off. So, thanks for nothing, Kelly. Damn it, Kelly. Alright, so this time we're gonna try kicking Jenna. Okay, maybe you overdid it with this one. Not that you shouldn't have told her all those things. You absolutely should have. And maybe you should have also sprinkled in the fact that you saw her making out with Supervisor Dave at that one time next to the printer. But you probably shouldn't have gotten this close. Supervisor Jenna takes your head clean off in one huge bite. Damn you, Jenna! Alright, so all the Katya endings end with her dying, I see. Okay. Let's just close the door on her. It's no use in talking to Kelly right now, she seems completely off. So you just close the door with a polite nod and leave her to it. You briefly wonder if you should call 911, but she would understandably murder you for forcing her to pay the ambulance bill. Hopefully she's still okay with taking your shift on Monday. Stepping back out in the hallway, you see another familiar face. However, it doesn't really lift your spirits as one might think. Steve, that damn idiot, is leaning against the wall and ignoring you. Probably trying to play it cool. Unbelievable. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll try and run this time. Remember how in the zombie films you used to watch, sometimes when Bingo wasn't on yet, the zombies were really slow? Like, so slow that it was actually a bit ridiculous how the protagonists couldn't easily avoid them? Yeah, apparently that's not the kind of zombie Steve is. Kind of ironic considering how slow he used to be as a human. Anyways, you're now in some pretty deep shit. You're sorta okay at running, but Steve is like 20 years younger than you. And also he's, you know, sorta dead, so he doesn't have that kind of remorse stopping him. Thinking of it, this could also easily be his revenge for you yelling at him yesterday. You'll probably never know. His teeth ram into your neck in no time, and you collapse to the ground. God damn it, Steve. Huzzah! Let's wait for him to notice us. Cross your arms and start tapping your foot, but Steve doesn't seem to notice. Alright, he never was the sharpest tool in the shed. Or is he ignoring you on purpose? Sure has some balls, that guy. After leaving you to clean up alone, he should be crying and apologizing, not acting like you've done him wrong somehow. Steve, you say sternly, what the hell is up with you? Are you just being an asshole on purpose, or what? Steve doesn't seem to appreciate your tone. Okay, I can hit him with the mop this time. Ram it into his mouth. You cringe a little at this idea. Even Steve isn't annoying enough to warrant such treatment. But the real Steve isn't in there anymore, is he? What? Don't get sentimental now, old man. Steve growls in surprise, but as you shove the mop far back into his throat, the growling stops. He stumbles backward into the bathroom and you close the door in front of him, blocking it with the janitor key. You're safe, for now. With Steve locked away, you probably have to escape this place somehow. There's probably a lot more zombies running about. You tense up when you suddenly hear footsteps once more, but the young woman running around the corner clearly isn't a zombie. She looks disheveled and is clutching 2 big binders to her chest. Ah, wait, you know who she is. One of the unpaid interns, Kathy or Kelly or something. Steve was kind of into her, if you remember. She's after me, she yells as soon as she notices you. Please help me. You have no idea who she is, but you suppose you have to do something. Thank you so much, she says. You feel a little like a cool action hero. It's my duty to help, you inform her. Which is technically true, only you normally say it after unclogging a toilet next to the offices. She smiles at you. Good luck then, mister, she says. You only nod stoically, upkeeping the action hero persona, but you do feel pleased. Huh, helping people feels almost as good as watching bingo. She disappears around the hallway, you take a quick look around. Which way will you go? To the back? Front? Front door's not working, even with the janitor key. Did they lock you in? Why? As you're tinkering with the lock, you see something moving at the other side of the hallway. Could it be someone else works here? Maybe they know what's going on. Nobody answers your call for help for a second, and you're sure it was a bad idea. How can you know it wasn't a zombie lurking there? You hold your breath as you hear footsteps coming toward you, and then something arounds the corner. It's a raccoon. A pretty fat raccoon. What the hell is a raccoon doing here? The raccoon stares at you, almost like it knows what's going on. Then it turns on its heels and skitters across the hallway. No better idea coming to mind, you follow it. It leads you to one of many back exits. The door is slightly ajar, so that probably explains how the raccoon got in the first place. Then you see the body lying in front of the exit. The thought of zombie animals hadn't occurred before, but it sure does now. You give a wary glance to the raccoon. Hey, you didn't bite that fella or something, did you? It lifts tiny, weird raccoon hands as if to say, and what if I did? Not very reassuring. You look at the body, and you are... Hello? They don't react. While you're still staring at the unknown person on the floor, the raccoon climbs over their body and heads towards the exit. Stops halfway back to look at you. Does it want you to follow? Didn't we, at least check on the guy, you ask? The raccoon squeaks. Maybe later, weird raccoon that thinks it's part of Alice in Wonderland. You're far too curious to know what happened to this body first. Hello, can you hear me? You ask them. Still no answer. The raccoon squeaks impatiently. Shut up, will you? I just want to take a quick... You stop yourself as soon as you realize you're holding a conversation with a raccoon. Suddenly, the person lifts their head, startling both you and the raccoon. Hey, if you were conscious, you could at least said something to me, you grumble. You want to scold them more, but they growl and bite, and suddenly these become your last words. Curiosity killed the cat, it seems. And you. Okay, we gotta finish our, thing here. Maybe you should have married Barbara. Yeah, maybe you should have. Barbara was a bit of the pain in the ass, but maybe this could have changed your fate. Wonder what she's doing these days. While you're still thinking about Barbara, the growling from upstairs grows louder and louder, until you can't hear it anymore. You look back and see a figure standing above you. I'm trying to think, you say, annoyed. They bite you. Rude. Barbara. Aww. I wonder what happens if we try and just sneak past them. Alright, you have to get out of here somehow. But if you want to sneak past those undead bastards, you're going to need a little preparation. There's now growling coming from the upper floor as well, so turning back probably isn't an option anymore. Christ, still can't believe what you've gotten yourself into. You look around. There's an emergency box right next to you with a fire axe in it. Okay. We're gonna go with the axe this time. Alright, so you're not just not exactly a fighter, you're not a fighter at all. Everything you know about fighting is from the time bingo wasn't on yet and you watched wrestling to pass the time. As soon as you break the glass, the whole horde of zombies begin storming in your direction. You have no chance. Last thing you think about is bingo. That's, you decide, actually a nice thought to go out on. Womp womp. Alright, so this time he's run into Katya. Tell her to hide in the bathrooms. She nods and quickly disappears into the bathroom, locking the door behind her. You're pleased with your quick thinking skills. She'll definitely be safe in there. Now which way will you go? Back exit? Back exit it is? Thankfully it seems to be open. If not fully. There's something weird blocking the way. A body? Hey, you need help, you ask? No answer. Then you notice a small animal sitting next to the body. It's a pretty fat raccoon and it's staring at you unblinking. Wait, can animals be zombies as well? Hey, you didn't bite that fella or something, did you? Okay. Raccoon's probably right. Can't believe you just said that sentence in your head. Too much weird stuff has happened today. You're not risking it in front of the exit. Both you and the raccoon step outside to escape into sweet, sweet freedom. Finally! Now you just need to get home and then you can watch Bingo in peace. You hope Bingo still exists in the apocalypse. Raccoon tugs at your overalls. His beady eyes seem very big. You can't come with me, buddy, you say. I don't think it's legal to keep you as a pet. The raccoon gives you a look. The look says, it's the goddamn apocalypse, dude. What do you think, you'll get arrested? Raccoon's right. Ugh, you said it again. Alright then, you say. I'll call you Steve. Yes! Steve! Okay, so I think I've gotten everything. Let's see about our badges here. Alright, yeah, we got all of our Gary badges. This is the best one, obviously. And yeah, see, Katya only has 4 deaths. And then a bunch of other ones. I guess the ones where she survives, because Gary has 2 where he survives. This one and this one. And then Katya presumably will have 2, I guess, where she survives also. But yeah, this was pretty interesting. This was real cute. I like the art style's cute, and I think the writing is funny, and they have kind of like an interesting interface. The only thing that I would say is like I'd like a little bit more in terms of the art assets. Like, you know, show us Steve the zombie and show us, you know, Supervisor Jenna and whoever, which I'm sure is probably coming later. Like I said, this is a Game Jam game, but they're going to be expanding on it in order to make it a full release. So for this, I think this is pretty cute. I guess when the full one comes out, we will, I'll come back and play the rest of it, because it is real cute. I do like it. It's very kind of like sassy, and the choices are funny and stuff like that. So this was cute. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back tomorrow, I think. I'm recording a bunch of stuff to use for the future over the long weekend, so I will be posting stuff, I don't know, maybe like multiple times throughout the week. We'll see. But alright, thanks everybody. I hope you take it easy and have a great day. Bye!